If you've spent $15, $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 on your Harley, and it's just a heat monster, not comfortable ride, this video is for you. So this is part 2 in a multi-part series on why and how to cool down your twin cam and Milwaukee 8 engine. If you've spent $15, $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 on your Harley, and it's just a heat monster, not comfortable ride, this video is for you. Actually, this whole series is for you because we're probably not going to get through in this video how to cool it down. We're going to talk about why they run so hot, first of all. So Harley's had to conform more and more to the pollution standards of what's coming out the exhaust, and they've had to get higher and higher miles per gallon out of the bikes. And the only way to do that is to run the engines hotter. And we're right over the engine, generating all that heat. And it takes heat to generate power, and it takes heat to burn all those gases so less pollution comes out. One thing that many people are not aware of is one of the ways that Harley uses to cool down the engine is they squirt oil on the bottom of the pistons. So the piston comes up and thousands of degrees of temperature are being generated when that gas combusts in the combustion chamber and the piston is driven down. But now the heat is in the oil, and they had oil coolers on all the bikes up until the twin cooled bikes. And then the twin cooled bikes, they took away the oil cooler. That's one of the biggest problems. And you have these twin cooled bikes out there. People spent, easily $30,000, sometimes $40,000 and $50,000, and they have a bike that is absorbing all that heat in the oil from being squirted on the bottom of the pistons, and the oil has nowhere to dissipate the heat because there's no oil running through the cylinders or the heads. There's only oil in the rocker covers, and then it gets pumped up to the rocker covers, and then it goes back down into the case through here, okay? So there's no oil in here where you have fins that are in the wind to dissipate some heat. You have oil in this big chunk of metal here. Big chunk of metal is where your oil is. How's it going to shed heat? It's got a major, serious problem. So why is it so important to cool oil down? Well, 2050 oil, which is what most people run, even though the manual tells you to run straight 50 and straight 60 when you're in warmer temperatures, most people don't do that. 2050 oil is really a misnomer. It's 20W-50. 20W-50 oil is 20 weight oil that has what's called a viscosity modifier in it. And they're like these little curlicule molecules is what a viscosity modifier is. And when the oil gets hotter, those molecules curl up and get intertwined with each other and make the oil act like it's thicker. And so that viscosity modifier makes the oil, 20 weight oil, seem like 50 weight oil when it gets hot. The problem is the viscosity modifiers get damaged from heat. So even though a lot of oil companies will say that their oil is rated for 300, 400, even 500 degrees, the oil is, but the viscosity modifiers are not. And that's why when you get an engine that's really hot, you hear all that ticking noise. That's because the viscosity modifiers are no longer modifying the viscosity, and that oil is sewing machine oil thin, and you hear all that clacking in the engine because the oil is so thin and the viscosity modifiers are no longer doing their job. So the oil gets damaged. And most people who have been running engines for a long time will tell you that if their oil gets over 260, 270 degrees, they just go ahead and change it because they know it's been damaged. That's another reason you need to cool down your twin cam or M8 engine, is because normal temperatures or 270 to 310, and while it's normal, it is ruining the oil, and you don't want to have to be changing oil all the time. You don't want to run damaged oil in your engine, so you're in a catch-22. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please look for the next video where we continue in this multi-part series on why and how to cool down your twin cam and M8 engine.